Hello and welcome to PLTW. This is Mr. Mojer, and you might be able to see this picture over here. Today we're going to be learning a little bit about rockets, and you'll be able to make a little rocket yourself. So let's talk about a recent rocket launch that maybe you were aware of. So in 2020, SpaceX launched in the United States the first rocket since 2011, and it was in Florida. You might have even seen some footage. If you haven't, we're going to watch a video showing the launch. So they took a rocket from Florida and went to the International Space Station. So the last time the United States sent any people into space was in 2011, and American astronauts went to Russia and got a ride on their rocket. And then on May 30th of 2020, a rocket from Florida took two astronauts named Bob and Doug to the International Space Station. And this rocket was built by SpaceX, and the founder of SpaceX is named Elon Musk. Maybe you've heard of him. He has a number of companies, including Tesla, the electric car company, and a number of others. So this was the first time that a rocket was built by a private company. All the rockets before that were built by the United States government. It took 19 hours to go from their launch site in Florida to the space station. So we're going to watch a video documenting that journey, and then we'll go into our activity for today. So let's switch over and take a look at our video.
So we are just about 3 miles from Launch Complex 39A. Leland, don't get any ideas. I know that's not that far. That's where liftoff will happen in a little over 4 hours. And so we want to check in now with the team at SpaceX Hawthorne, where NASA's Dan Hewitt and SpaceX
and added a number of safety features to Dragon.
One of the most important safety features on Crew Dragon is the launch escape system. It's a huge advancement in the safety of human spaceflight, and SpaceX was able to demonstrate the system in two important tests. The first one coming back in 2015 with the pad abort test, which we're watching some video back from right now. And then a little bit more recently, last January of this year, the in-flight abort test. Dragon's launch escape system is outfitted with 8 Super Draco engines that are integrated directly into the spacecraft body. This enables Dragon to separate from Falcon 9 and carry astronauts to safety in case of an emergency on the launch pad or all the way up to orbit. The termination system has been armed.
Dragon, SpaceX, go for launch.
SpaceX Dragon, we're go for launch. Let's light this candle.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Stage 1 tanks pressing for flight.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA. Go SpaceX. Godspeed, Bob and Doug.
America has launched. And so rises a new era of American spaceflight, and with it the ambitions of a new generation continuing the dream. 20 seconds into flight, stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Plus 30 seconds into this historic mission. Flying crew on board Dragon and Falcon 9, and look at them go.
Falcon power telemetry nominal.
M1D throttle down.
We're throttling down to get ready for the period of maximum dynamic pressure. We're in the throttle bucket. Reports say all systems are go.
Vehicle is supersonic.
We've exceeded Mach 1 on the Falcon 9.
M1D throttle up.
We're throttling back up to full power as we're through max Q.
Copy, 1 Bravo.
And we heard that 1 Bravo call out. That's just the second abort zone that they're in. They'll continue to be on this until the first stage has done its job and they switch over to the second. At this point, Bob and Doug pulling about 2.3 Gs, 2.3 times the Earth's gravity, already moving at over 1,500 miles per hour.
We've heard the call out for MVAC engine chill. That's getting the MVAC engine ready to light. That'll come at about 2:44 into flight. Right now, everything continuing to look good. Next major event coming up is going to be the triple. We'll have main engine cutoff of the 9 first stage engines, stage separation, and then ignition of the second stage engine to continue to carry astronauts into orbit.
Falcon stage separation confirmed.
Copy, 2 Alpha.
MVAC ignition.
And while they continue uphill, looks like we are getting a view of the first stage as well.
Yep, on your right screen, you can see that first stage with the grid fins deployed. It's making its way back to attempt to land on our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You today. And we're just about a couple minutes away from the entry burn, and that's where 3 of the 9 Merlin engines do ignite to help slow the vehicle down as it re-enters back into the Earth's atmosphere. And then after the entry burn will be the landing burn, which is just a single engine
Dragon
burn.
SpaceX nominal trajectory.
And you heard
Nominal
starting
trajectory.
chill for entry burn.
there's that call out. They are still on a nominal trajectory on Dragon, still on second stage, and that's that MVAC engine on second stage on your left screen. Again, on your right screen is that first stage booster coming back towards our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You. We're about a minute away from entry burn. And there is that entry burn beginning. This burn lasts about 36 seconds long.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
Looks like we lost that live view, but we'll wait for confirmation of that landing shortly here.
Falcon 9 first stage is successfully landed.
And there you can see on your screen, Falcon 9 has landed. This is the first Falcon 9 to carry humans to orbit, so very exciting for us. And as you can see on your right screen, Bob and Doug are still making their way to their targeted orbit.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that clip of the mission to the International Space Station. Something that was interesting about that trip was the rocket that Bob and Doug were riding on was actually reusable. So they were up in the capsule that carries the people. And the rocket over here that had propelled them went back down to Earth and landed on an unmanned drone ship. So there were no people on the ship where it landed. The ship was being controlled by computers, and the rocket was being controlled by computers. In the past, this part wasn't reused. So now they're taking the same rocket, landing it in the ocean, and reusing it, which is really pretty cool. So now let's take a look at how we can build some rockets. So first we'll start by creating a nose cone. So to create a nose cone, you can draw a circle and then cut a little triangle out of it, and that will allow you to, well, it's basically like the ice cream cone shape. You'll be able to make a cone. So after you cut that circle out, you'll be able to rotate it up. And then you'll see a video of this in a minute. So you cut out that center, and then you kind of roll it up like a cone. And you can tape those pieces together. And here they're taping it to a tube that's already been created. So that's the basic idea. Now, something that I want you to see, this is an option that's not displayed in the other video we'll watch. And this is actually making some fins for the rocket. So you can see that they kind of draw and cut out these triangle shapes and attach them to the side of the rocket like that. So I wanted to show you this because the video that we're going to watch doesn't actually use those rocket fins. Those can help to stabilize the rocket so that it flies in more of a straight line instead of kind of sputtering and going everywhere. So let's take a look at that other tab. Whoop. And here we'll see a video kind of demonstrating how to make the rocket. Let me get the narration off here though. Well, I guess that one does have wings. I thought it didn't. That's why I wanted to show you that other tab. But anyway, what you can do is once you have that, of course, you can kind of launch your rocket, measure how far it goes, like how many feet. And you could also, on a piece of paper, make a target, like a bullseye or a dartboard if you play darts. And you could kind of try to aim, and the closer that you get to hitting the center, the better your score. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit about the SpaceX mission to the International Space Station, and that you were able to build a rocket of your own. And I'll talk to you later.